Bought some more dumpsters, a lot of dumpsters actually. I bought another business out. These are ones I bought in Connecticut again, and then that's one I already had. These are some, see, I got a lot of them out. I think I got like 25 out, but I can kind of show you. Bought that 20-yarder, 30. I mean, they all came with the guy's business. That 20, and they're actually, that one's all right. But these, they're in pretty good shape. You know? So, we're gonna have to sand down, because you see the guy's name still on the side. That's my 35 yard. That used to be a recycle bin. I cut the top off. That's one of my 15 tub styles, one of my old ones. Still works good though. I gotta dump this. This is one of my 15s. There's some more 20s over there. That's my 28 yarder. It's my 30, and then there's some. These are actually, these are 220s. These are nice, but they're gonna all need to be painted. That's my 30 there. I've had that. That one right there is one that that's a tub style 30. Actually, one that I had in the video we unloaded last time. These are the nicest ones. That's a 15. This is a 15. And another 20. So those are all in nice shape. So the main thing is this today. So this dumpster, the door's missing on this one here. So you can see it's pretty shot. But the good news is the floor is in good shape. So that's the main thing when it comes to buying these dumpsters. So I'm buying channel, so be able to weld new channel over all those, and then it will definitely be strong at that point. The one inside, let's go inside. See, so if you remember in the last video, I was talking about how the square, and you take a square and you put a tub inside. So this is different. This is two squares. So you see what I mean? You got to flip them upside down or sideways to fit them in, to transport them. But you can see there's some holes on the bottom, and I have a feeling, and I actually know that when we pull this out, and flip it up, that definitely that's going to need channel all the way down, and even up top. It's not terrible, but you can see it's getting there, you know. I mean, it's nice. Like this is still. That's a pillow. Anybody need a pillow? So anyway, yeah. It's funny because it actually, like, there's still paint on them. But I got these cheap, so, and that's what you know, it's the part of the game, you know. But those are definitely nice, those 15s. All right, we can see there's one hole right there we gotta fix. But honestly, this is not a bad 30-yarder. The hook's in really good shape. The wheels, bogey wheels are good. That one, actually both spin freely. And you can see, look at the bottom, it's red. So that means it's still primered. Even some in here is red. No, this was a pretty good find. Tailgate's a little, to be honest, this was a good deal. Needs a little work, but yeah, usually the floors are gone, you know. I mean, there's, like I said, one spot, but yeah, I'm happy. You can see, like, all the bracing's good. I think those, yeah. So I know some of you are probably wondering how many dumpsters I have at this point. I started out with one dumpster and a 1987 Mack DM model roll-off truck I bought for, I think it was like 10 grand, but it was a 40-yard dumpster, so those are like really big dumpsters. I used it here and there, but there's not a huge, unless if you're doing a demo job, there's not a huge market for a 40-yard dumpster. Usually a lot of places just carry like up to a 30-yard. So anyways, I started out, I got the Mack, I got the 40 yards. I traded the 40 yard for a couple smaller ones. But I literally started out with 5 15-yard dumpsters, 2 30-yard dumpsters before I even had a truck. I know that sounds funny, but when deals come along, you just gotta buy them. So I bought those dumpsters. So I had 7 dumpsters. The 140, I traded that. So I think by the time I started like moving dumpsters around, I think I had like 9. But I should tell you that the 2 30-yarders did not have doors on the back. They were okay boxes, but the doors were missing. So still had to go through all that, you know, hinges, door, you know, all that stuff. The 15-yard dumpsters, I think 2 of them had doors, 3 of them didn't. And they were all tweaked and screwed up. Some of those are the tub styles. I still have the old ones that look decent now, yeah, because they've been fixed. But yeah, when I first got them, those things were mangled. So I had those dumpsters. I had the Mack. My first real job, you know, real job for the dumpsters, I guess, I only had 2 of them at this point. Like I said, 2 15-yarders usable. And what I did was I got a call and I was like, yeah, I can do the job. What happened was their compactor broke down, and a buddy of mine was like, yeah, you know, they need to get garbage taken out until the compactor's fixed. So I'm like, all right, no problem. But I only have like 2 15-yarders. So I would run non-stop up and down the mountain with my old Mack that didn't look like much because that was before I even painted it, and 2 only 15-yard dumpsters I had. So that's how I kind of started. My goal was, when I first bought a truck, I sold my 2 dump trucks because I use it for my landscape business and the contracting business. So I sold both trucks, and I was like, what can I do to maybe stay busy in the wintertime with a truck rather than taking them off the road, you know, because you don't use really a dump truck in the winter. So I end up selling those both. I end up finding this Mack, bought it, and I only use the dumpsters for my own jobs. Like, I rent them out once in a blue moon, mostly for my own jobs. Eventually, like I said, I traded the 40 yards, so now I had 9. Eventually, when all these dumpsters got fixed, now I have 9 dumpsters. So I'm like, okay, I have 9. So I start renting them out, and I start the Dumpster Dave LLC business. I run the Mack. I found another truck, international. My dad gave me a hand. We built an international single axle 18-foot hoist, which the hoists are really hard to find, but bought the hoist. And basically, a buddy of mine helped me with his log truck, set the hoist on. I mean, there's a whole bunch of welding and there was no tarp system on it, no nothing. And even the Mac had a high tower, but it was broke. I used to climb up the dumpsters, pull the tarps over. Oh, I mean, it was hard, you know, it was tough. But, you know, at that point, I was like, you know what, if I could just rent these out, or just use them at least on my own jobs. So, you know, time goes on, I keep working, and I just keep reinvesting into the business. And every dumpster I get is used and needs work, but I'm not scared to work on them, or, you know, whatever it may be. I don't know, I just, buying a new dumpster, to me, it would be nice if I could do that, but I don't have the money to go out and buy new dumpsters, and then I would be worried about them getting messed up when people load them with skid steers, excavators, throwing stuff in them, you know. So I mean, I don't know. It's kind of, maybe at this point I'll start buying new ones. But so today I have 2 trucks. I have my 2005 Peterbilt and this 88 International, which, hey, this truck, I sold my Mac and I sold my single axle International, which I wish I did not do, because that truck is hard. Right now I want to find a single axle hoist truck to move these small dumpsters around to save money. I actually have a 12-foot hoist. I just, to find a cab and chassis with a PTO and the right length and stuff, so eventually I'll find something to build one. But I'm sorry I sold that truck, but like I said, I sold that International, I sold the Mac. I bought this truck. Now in between, I did buy a 1992 Peterbilt, and it had like a longer nose on it. That truck had a straight 7-speed with a smaller cat motor. That truck was horrible, horrible, horrible. I only had that on the road for a couple weeks. I sold that truck. But this truck came along, and I picked this truck up. It was less than 20 grand, 60,000 pound hoist, had the tarp system on it, Cummins 270 horse motor, standard transmission. This truck, I mean, I put new tires on it, the injector pump, you know, over the years, new cable. I mean, that is what it is. I mean, I bought almost 3 years I've owned this truck. This truck was a low miles truck, municipality truck, so this truck only had 104,000 miles on it, and I think even today it's still under 120. But this was a good deal, and this was a stepping stone for me, because once I got a truck with a tarp, it's 88. No, it's not new, but I mean the truck, you know, get in and go kind of truck, you know. So I used this truck, only this truck, for a long time, and it keeps the insurance payment down when you only got one truck. So I used this for a long time, and then I finally went out, I bought a 98 Peterbilt. That was a big mistake. Beautiful truck. It was a 379 Pete with a 475 horse Cummins motor, you know, 10-speed. It had 24-foot rails, inside outside rails, triaxle truck. I went way overkill on that truck. It was super expensive for insurance because the triaxle can hold more weight. The truck sat at 24.5 tires. The truck sat a foot higher than any of these trucks I have now. And the inside outside rails I hated, because especially in the winter, the boxes would always pop off, you know, and it was always a tough. And the truck was 36 feet long, so to get in areas, you know, it was a nightmare to get in spots with that truck. I was always up in the weeds and trying to, you know, blocking off roads, and you know, a lot of times I would go to a spot I can't get in there. But the pros about the truck, I had a 3-stage Jake brake, and it had the horsepower, so going up and down the mountain or anything like that, it was a great truck. So anyway, so you know, after that I ended up selling that truck, and I bought this truck, which at that time I wish I was doing videos, because I have over 100 hours in that truck right there. You know, that truck, It's a good truck now, but that truck took a lot of work to get where it's at now. But I mean, you know, it has, you know, the frame is painted nicely on there, which took a huge amount of work because it was rusted before. You know, surface rust. So that frame was sanded, and I painted it. That's about 5 coats of paint on that frame. I don't want to bore you guys talking all day, so you're probably wondering, how many dumpsters does this guy have? Well, I have, at this point, 40 dumpsters. I got a couple 10s, which I would like to get more 10s. They're kind of popular, but I only got a couple 10s. But I have a lot, like 15s, the 20s, the 30s. I have a lot of 30s, and I have a 35 and a couple odd sizes, which I hate. But the 25, which I always sub out for a 20. I have a 28. Which is one of those I'll put on a job if it's going to be like a long time, because I hate those in between sizes. Alright, well, I guess the best thing would be wrap it around here, and I'll throw the strap up and around, and then we'll hook it to the bumper of the pickup truck. Up 350, baby. Not even a big block. Ew, look at that. All right, you know, I'm not upsetted by this. It's fixable. It just needs all new channels on it. But the door's on it. This side's pretty presentable, actually. It's not bad. Let's actually see if this door opens. Wow. Okay. Once I get channels on that side, it'd be good.
I've got a ton of gravel in my shoes, world on my shoulders.